Hello and welcome to my CISSP review questions. In this occasion, we will go over questions 11 to 20. I am Seolito Rodriguez. Question 11. Which wide area network WAN technology requires the first router in the path to determine the full path the packet will travel, removing the need for other routers in the path to make independent determinations? A. Synchronous optical networking SONET. B. Multi-protocol label switching MPLS. C. Fiber channel over Ethernet FCOE. Or D. Session initiation protocol SIP. The correct answer is B. Multi-protocol label switching MPLS. This is the first router that assigns a label for the full path. Its intermediate routers use the label. No IP lookup is needed. A is incorrect because synchronous optical network or SONET is a physical layer and no routing decisions are made. C is incorrect because fiber channel over Ethernet or FCOE, it's a storage protocol, not WAN related. Uh, D is incorrect because the session initiation protocol or SIP, it's voice and video signaling and it's not related to routing either. This is a diagram of how the MPLS architecture look like. Again, MPLS is a high performance routing technique used in wide area networks or WANs to direct data from one node to another based on short path labels rather than long network addresses. The first router assigns a label that determines the packet's entire path, allowing subsequent routers to forward packets quickly without complex lookups. MPLS supports various network protocols and enhances speed, scalability, and traffic engineering. It is commonly used by service providers to deliver efficient, reliable services such as VPNs, quality of service or QoS, and convergence of voice, video, and data over a single infrastructure. Question 12. Which of the following would an information security professional use to recognize changes to content, particularly unauthorized changes? A. File integrity checker. B. Security information and event management or SIEM system. C. Audit logs. Or D. Intrusion detection systems IDS. The correct answer is A. File integrity checker. File integrity checker monitors files for unauthorized or unexpected changes. It uses cryptographic hashes for comparison over time. B is incorrect because a SIEM system correlates events, not focus on file changes. C is incorrect because audit logs record activity, but don't detect changes necessarily. And D is incorrect because intrusion detection systems, IDS, detects threats, not file modifications. Here is if you open a command prompt as an administrator in Windows and you type FSC, the file system checker, scan now, this will basically scan your entire system to see if critical system files have been modified. So this is a way of doing that in Windows. Obviously, there are other programs out there that do file integrity checking as well. including Microsoft Defender for endpoint and Microsoft Defender for server. But again, this is basically the function of the file system checker. Question 13. Which of the following is included in change management? A. Technical review by business owner. B. User acceptance testing, UAT, before implementation. C. Cost benefit analysis, or CBA, after implementation. Or D. Business continuity testing. The correct answer here is B. User acceptance testing, UAT, before implementation. It ensures changes meet business requirements, and it confirms functionality before going live. For example, if you are implementing a system, let's say a software company, or you hire a software company to develop a program, obviously, before you go live, you gotta confirm the functionality, confirm that the program is working securely, it's working as expected, and that it meets the business requirements. A is incorrect because technical review by business owner. So the business owner may review functionality but not technical aspects. C is incorrect because the cost benefit analysis after implementation, or CBA, typically done before approval, not after. And D is incorrect because business continuity testing is related to disaster recovery, not a standard change management. Question 14. A company is enrolled in a hard drive reuse program where decommissioned equipment is sold back to the vendor when it is no longer needed. The vendor pays more money for functioning drives than equipment that is no longer operational. Which method of data sanitation would provide the most secure means of preventing unauthorized data loss, while also receiving the most money from the vendor? A. Pinning. B. Single pass wipe. C. Multi-pass wipes. Or D. Degaussing. The correct answer is C. Multi-pass wipes. Multi-pass wipes securely overwrites data multiple times. They retain drive functionality for resale, and meets many regulatory standards. This is also done when a company is planning to reuse drives internally. Obviously, if you want to get rid of drives, then you would destroy them or incinerate them. That's one way. Now, A is incorrect because pinning is related to mobile device security, not data wiping. B is incorrect because single pass wipe is faster but less secure than multi-pass. And again, several regulations require multi-pass, sometimes up to like seven passes. And then degaussing destroys drives magnetic field. It renders the drive non-functional and unsellable, right? Especially degaussing is good for the traditional hard drives, magnetic drives. Now, if they are SSD, obviously it won't work. So this concept of data sanitation, there are going to be several questions in the exam about this topic. And again, there are many scenarios and many cases. First of all, it depends on the kind of media. For example, if you are talking about data sanitation in the cloud, well, obviously you don't have access to hard drives in the cloud, okay? So in the cloud, the cryptographic erasure is probably the best way. But anyway, so this is a very important topic, and we will see multiple questions regarding data sanitation. So just hang on. Question 15. When reviewing vendor certification for handling and processing of company data, which of the following is the best service organization controls, or SOC in this case, certification for the vendor to possess? A, SOC 1 Type 1, B, SOC 2 Type 1, C, SOC 2 Type 2, or D, SOC 3? And the correct answer is C, SOC 2 Type 2. This certification evaluates security, availability, confidentiality, and privacy controls. It assesses the effectiveness over time, not just design, and it is the most comprehensive for data protection assurance. A is incorrect because SOC 1 Type 1 focuses on financial reporting controls, not data security. SOC 2 Type 1 only reviews design at a point in time, and SOC 3 it's a public summary of SOC 2, and it lacks detailed assurance. So again, SOC here stands for Service Organization Control, and these are reports that are independent audit reports that evaluate how service providers handle data, especially regarding security, availability, processing integrity, confidentiality, and privacy. So this is not related to a SOC team like in the cybersecurity SOC team. This is a complete different subject over here. Question 16. Which application type is considered high risk and provides a common way for malware and viruses to enter a network? A. Instant messaging or chat applications. B. Peer-to-peer, P2P file sharing applications. C. Email applications. D. End-to-end applications. The correct answer here is B, peer-to-peer or P2P file sharing application like BitTorrent. It's a very common vector for malware and pirated software. It lacks central control, making content hard to verify, and it is very high risk. It possess a high risk of exposing sensitive data. A is incorrect because instant messaging and chat apps they are risky, but they are less common for malware transfer. Email applications also used for phishing, and obviously malware could be transferred over email, but email is a lot more controlled. There are a lot of controls in place, applications like Microsoft Exchange Online, Microsoft Exchange on premises, where you can configure the software to stop unwanted malware. And D is incorrect, end-to-end application, because it's basically this is about encrypted, and it's not typically used for spreading malware. Question 17. An organization is looking to include mobile devices in its asset management system for better tracking. In which system tier of the reference architecture would mobile devices be tracked? A, 0, B, 1, C, 2, D, 3. The correct answer is C, 2. Tier 2 includes user devices like laptops, desktops, tablets, and mobile phones. They enable visibility, asset tracking, and endpoint management like Microsoft Intune. It's an MDM, mobile device management, for example. A is incorrect because 0, it's the physical infrastructure and refers to the power, the ventilate, the heat and HVAC systems. B, 1 is incorrect because it represents core IT systems like service, storage, networking, etc. And D is incorrect because it represents tier 3s like business process and applications, not individual devices. Here is a diagram with the summary of the system tiers in a reference architecture. So you may get one question about this, not a big topic where you're going to get many questions, but just be ready to answer at least one question in this topic. Question 18. Which of the following is the best way to protect an organization's data assets? A, encrypt data in transit and at rest using up-to-date cryptographic algorithms. B, monitor and enforce adherence to security policies. C, require multi-factor authentication MFA and separation of duties SOD. D, create the demilitarized zone DMZ with proxies, firewalls, and hardened bastion hosts. The correct answer here is B, monitor and enforce adherence to security policies. This way, or rather this choice encompasses multiple layers of protection, ensures encryption, access control, and network defenses are properly implemented and maintained, and it enables continuous risk management and compliance. Now, why these other choices are not correct? Encrypt data. Well, yes, this is critical, but not only it's only one part of the protection. So obviously, uh, if you have a security policy, you should have a security policy that mandates how data it's supposed to be encrypted. So basically, this is part of this already. The same thing with MFA. Yes, MFA is extremely important and it's critical. Separation of duties also, they're very important for access control, but not full data security. Again, MFA should be part of that security policy as well. And the same thing with the DMZ, right? You should have a DMZ with proxies and firewalls. If you have, servers that are exposed to the internet, you need to protect that perimeter, but this is not the full data life cycle. So keep in mind that a lot of these questions are very tricky. In this case, option B, monitor and enforce adherence to security policies, basically covers all of this over here. And this is just one of those questions. The CISSP has a lot of tricky questions. So you really need to know your stuff in order to pass this exam. Question 20. Within a large organization, what business unit is best positioned to initiate provisioning and the provisioning of user accounts? A, training department. B, internal audit. C, human resources. D, information technology or IT. The correct answer is C, human resources. I saw a lot of people over there talk, oh, it was information technology and IT. But no, so HR is the first to know when employees are hired, when they're terminated, or when they change roles. They trigger or HR should trigger the life cycle of user account provision in the provisioning and also ensures accurate and timely access management. And again, I'm pretty sure that the folks that probably thought about IT was the people that are in IT, obviously. But anyway, so human resources is very good to do this. So obviously, the training department provides onboarding help, but not account control. Internal audit reviews the processes, not operationally involved. And information technology executes the provisioning, but HR initiates it. All right, so this is the conclusion of this session. So remember that every session has 10 questions with explanations, demos, diagrams, etc. I'm going to ask a favor of you. If you find this content useful, please like it, and more importantly, subscribe to my channel so that I can grow the audience, and maybe at some point I could I could get paid this way because I'm producing this content for free, and obviously this takes a lot of time. So thank you, and I hope that you continue in this journey with me.